Hi guys, my name is Khadija Kamran and I'm a third year, final year basically, accounting and finance student. And I'm gonna give you a presentation on the course accounting and finance. If you have any questions, you can ask them and or you can put them in the chat box. And once I'm finished with the presentation, I'll have a look and answer all your questions. So, basically, accounting and finance is basically if you are looking for a very career oriented degree and you are trying to put in the work experience and everything, you want the work experience to be part of the degree. So, once you actually graduate, you would have work experience and you can easily get into a job. So, accounting and finance degree in DCU is one of those. So, why would you actually want to choose accounting and finance? So, as as you can see, it is one of the degrees that actually give you good preparation for the workplace and is very career oriented. You can focus very focused group work, presentation skills, and analytical skills, critical thinking, and all that kind of stuff, which is really important for the workplace. This is basically what the employers are actually looking for. More other than that, you actually are specializing in either one of these. You might be specializing in accounting, finance, business economics, operation management, or data analytics. So basically, if you go for accounting and finance in your final year, you can choose one specialization, and if that is something that you can do, you're actually learning a lot of more stuff rather than just one of like just finance or just data analytics. You have more knowledge on what everything is. And so basically, this is one of the degrees where the big fours and all those big firms, they actually really seek you out. You have graduate fairs and everything, and they're actually seeking out people who are doing accounting and finance because how broad and how well managed the actual degree itself is. So basically, the points that you really should note down is the last year the points were 509, which is kind of high, but considering it's only a 3 year degree and the competition is really tough, a lot of people are actually going for accounting and finance. So that's when it actually has gone down over the years. Once COVID hit, actually became like 550 points around something like that. So it's actually coming down back. Another thing is that you actually only need a O4 like or a H6 in maths. So it's not highly that you need to get like a very good maths grade or anything like that. Just very basic information like on knowledge on maths and everything. That's all you need. Also, as I said, like you don't really need a higher level maths for this course. Neither do you need any of the accounting or business or anything like that. Just an O6, O4, or a H6. That is all you need to for the entry. So basically, what the accounting and finance degree is there is first a degree which is 3 years itself, and once you are done with your degree, if you go one with one of the accounting firms or anything, they give you a training contract. It could be depending on if you do a master's or not. It's around 3 to 3.5 years, and once you're done with that, you are a professionally qualified auditor. So it's like 3 years of accounting and finance, another 3 years of training contract, and you're an auditor. You are basically getting all the information, all the knowledge, you're getting exemptions and everything from this. So, by basically is what actually comprises of the accounting professional exams is the CAP ones. There's CAP twos. There's basically around 5 exams in CAP one, nearly around 4 exams in CAP two, and then FAEs itself is like around 5 exams as well. And once you've done all of these, you're actually a qualified auditor after, and you're professionally qualified and everything. And what basically accounting and finance degree does, the it exempts you from cap one. So basically, once you are done with your degree, you're exempted, and you go into your training contract. All you have to do is give your exams for CAP 2, your FAEs, and then you're professionally qualified. And the best thing about this is so basically, the best thing about this degree is you're all not only getting information on the accounting side of it, you're actually learning more on the management and project management, risk analysis, all that kind of stuff as well. So you're actually getting a lot more knowledge of how to actually, go into the real world. So like once if you're done with your qualified exams and you're like, okay, this is not something I really want to do. Once you're done, like down the line or something, you're like, okay, not something I want to do. You have way more choices because you've already have a degree in accounting and finance from DCU, and you're studied so many broad topics that you can actually go in HR. You can do data analytics, I've mentioned. So it's not really just that you have to go towards the accounting line. You can do anything else you want. As for the exemptions from the degree itself is you get exemption from CAI, so like Chartered Accountant Ireland. The exemptions are CAP 1. If you're thinking of doing ACCA, which is another broad, like the Chartered Accountant platform, you're getting 7 exams exempted. If you're going for management accounting, like the CIMA, the professionalized qualification for management accounting, you are exempted from 8 exams. And if you want to do just tax itself, so you're exempted for 3 from like 3 exams are basically exempted. So another reason which is why it's a very nice degree to do is that these are all the exemptions that you're getting. So if like auditing or like chartered accounting is not something you want to do, if you want to go for management accounting or like tax or something, that is another, like you're getting exemptions. And once you go into the work, you're already exempt, so you're kind of like higher compared to like everyone else, and like you don't have to give that many exams anymore. So basically the course structure is 3 years of accounting and finance, the degree itself. Then in your second year summer, you basically get a summer internship, which is actually kind of very easy if you're doing this degree, because we have a lot of like especially the big fours or the big six, they come in and they're like actually giving out internships. They're asking you to apply and everything. And like DCU actually has a very high acceptance rate. Nearly all of the people that I know in my course, all of them got internships. Either it was like KPMG, in PwC, in Deloitte, or any of the like, even like in finance, like one of my friends, she got one in like Vodafone for like finance. So as I said, DCU actually has a very good acceptance rate for summer internships. And then once you're done with your degree itself and you want to do a master's, you can easily go into the master's for accounting in DCU itself, or like even in like any other university. You can go for UCD or like Galway or something. And a lot of my lecturers, they've actually done it from either UCD, like a master's, or like Galway or something like that, or even the course itself in DCU. It's actually really good, like the master's course. So that is another thing that if you want to look into. Another thing is that once you're done with your summer internships, and if you've actually done really well, they offer you a contract right there, like near the end of your internship. And at that time, you can actually tell them that I want to do a master's rather than go straight into work the next once I'm done with my degree. So what they do is they actually give you a contract and they sign a contract with you, and they're the one who's actually paying for your master's degree. So they're like, okay, if that is something you want to do, go ahead, and we'll sponsor you for that. But the only thing is that once you're done with your master's degree, you have to come work with us for another 3 years. But once that 3 years are done, you're free to do whatever you actually want. So that is another thing. So yeah, once you're done with your master's degree, you're exempted from CAP 2. So you're just going in and giving your FAEs, just 5 exams. The thing with FAEs is that you actually need to have experience before you give exams, at least like 2 years to experience. So once once you're done with your CAP 2s, your masters and everything, you're exempted from all of them. You go in, you work for a year or two, and they themselves, like the accounting firms, they are the ones who help you give the FAEs exams. They're the one who's paying for your exams. They're the one who giving you all the tutors and the information and all that knowledge for FAEs and how to solve them. So they're the ones who are giving you tips and all. So in that sense, it's actually very nice that they're the one who's sponsoring you to actually do the qualifications and all, and they're the one who's paying you and actually paying for your studies and everything as well. And for industry engagement, we actually have as I mentioned, like the big fours and all coming in and like actually giving out internships and everything. There's more thing is it's very related. It's very, how would I say, we work very closely with the like big companies, as in like there's like sponsored prizes and all. We, especially once we are done with our first year exams, and there's one module, specifically one module, the accounting module, where if the top 10, the KPMG and PwC, they half the people, like the top 10 students, and whoever, and they basically offer you free internship. So if you're the ones who get it, you don't have to give any interviews or anything like that. You don't even have to apply. You basically just have an internship. I think DCU is the only one who does that. Another thing is that we have a lot of guest speakers coming in. So we have people from all over. We have had people who's coming in from eBay, from like small companies, small enterprises, the KPMG, PwC, Deloitte themselves. So it's actually very broad. The guest speakers and everything, they like the lecturers and everything, they're very well connected. So they are always like asking people to come in, give some lectures and everything. So we are kind of motivated and like know what actually the degree is about. Another thing is University of Enterprise. So there's this one module, Life, which I'll mention after, and they actually help you. We're working with in small enterprises and other kind of stuff, just enterprise itself. So it's basically a lot like, sorry. So basically, you're actually working hands-on with entrepreneurs and all. You're interviewing them and everything. So the University of Enterprise itself is actually very so like if you this is something you actually want to do, they give you a lot of tips and everything. So it's, as I said, it's not only finance. If this is something, if entrepreneurship or something is also you want to do, because a lot of CEOs and everything, they do have some kind of background in accounting. So again, accounting and finance is a very good degree in that sense as well. So as I mentioned, so the things that you will be studying, these are basically just the first year, like very broad, but just like a few which are not kind of related to the degree itself, as in like it's not very just computational one. It's more on like the enterprise and all that as well. So like as business 101, it's not an accounting degree, but you're still doing business, the main concepts and everything. So you know how businesses work. The life module is basically the learning innovation for enterprise. So as I said, this is basically where the University of Enterprise comes in. We're kind of there. We have four lecturers who kind of like after every few weeks they're changing, and we're doing like small, as I said, small and medium enterprises, family run businesses, global brands, multinationals and all. So we are they have like projects coming in and all, and you're actually given prizes for them, and like innovations that aspire and all that kind of stuff. So again, good one. And especially one of the biggest things that the employers are seeking right now is critical thinking, because uh, it is actually really important, especially in if you're going towards the accounting route or like the management route or project management, because it's really important to critically think and analyze what is happening and how could you improve on that. So critical thinking, you do it for 2 years, the first and second year, and we have again lots of guest lectures coming in, different lecturers who are giving out the course itself, the module. So you're getting lots of insights on a lot of stuff. This is basically what the core modules are for the are for each year. So in year one, we have financial accounting. They're all basically in first year. They're more like introductory courses. So introduction, financial accounting, management accounting, macroeconomics, microeconomics, law, data analytics, as I said. So in data analytics, it's actually a very good course because we're the one who are doing Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Tableau, how to make charts, all that kind of stuff. The shortcuts, this is something that, again, is something employers are really seeking out. Your experience in Excel, being good with Word, PowerPoints, and all that kind of stuff. So again, it's like data analytics, it's very important in wherever you go because everything is very online now and very on technology based. So yeah, it helps out a lot. In year two, we're doing international accounting, sustainability. Again, another very major thing with how everything is. The companies are trying to be more sustainable and all. So we're doing accounting for sustainability, how like the sustainability in like comes interacts with accounting and all. Financial management, ethics, another very important one, auditing and data analytics. The thing is, I think we're the only ones. There's another university, I think, but our is more hands-on. It's more the auditing course module in second year. It gives you kind of an insight on how if this is something you want to do for your summer internship, or like if you want to go towards tax, or do you want to go for finance. So the auditing module is actually it's very introductory based, but it gives you an insight of what exactly you might be doing once you go into your summer internship. For year three, the one that I'm doing right now, we're doing international advanced international accounting. It's very similar to our what the actual qualified exams are. So like the layout and everything is kind of very much similar to this one. Taxation, law, and again specialization in either one of these: accounting, finance, business, management, or data analytics. So if you don't want to do one specialization, you could just pick out modules from either like accounting and do part of like data analytics with it, or just do like economics and have like a few finance modules in it. So this is another something if once because over the years you kind of have an idea of what you really want to do and what interests you. So you have the choice to do it. As for the classroom, out of the classroom thingy, we have a lot of hackathons, societies, and all. Um, we have a lot of like kind of projects, small projects, or like which are really. We just last week we had just last semester basically we had one with tax, and we're as the budget that came out, we were basically told to kind of analyze the budget and how could you improve or like what things you were expecting and all that kind of stuff. And actually, DCU got second place in it. So like a group from my course got second place. So another thing that you like, it's basically we were working directly with the government. It was something like that, the Irish Tax Institute and all. Yeah. So the careers, what do accountants really do? Again, you know it if you're this is something that you're looking for. The accountants, they're mostly the accountant themselves are the one who are making out the profit and loss, the balance sheet, like the financial positions, the cash flows, and all that kind of stuff for a company. But once you actually go higher and you're like, okay, I want to get qualified, the auditors, they're like step a bit more higher than accountants. They're the one who's checking those financial sheets, accounts, and everything, and seeing if there's any problem in there or not. So the thing is, you can work anywhere in the world with this degree because it's so broad. And not only that, but like the standards and everything, they're like the accounting standards, they're like accepted all over the world. We're studying the same ones that are like used in America or Canada or like in the Middle East or anywhere. So in Australia and all. So you can actually, if this is Ireland is something not where you don't want to work, with this degree you can actually apply somewhere out and for as an accountant, and they would actually accept you because this you have actually studied what they are supposed to teach you as well. So again, it's very the career Options are huge. You can actually go do anything you want, really. These are a few companies um, that are we kind of like that are like students, are alumni and everything they have worked in. So as you can see, there's Google, there's eBay, Deloitte, Amazon, KPMG, PwC, AIB itself, HP, Air, EY. So these kind of like our graduates have actually been in these companies. They have worked with these companies. They are working there, and the thing is, in KPMG, PwC, the big four are like the auditing firms. They have branches all over the world, and if you want, once you're done with your degree, with your qualifications and all, you can go and transfer in another country and be like, okay, I want to work in Australia, let's say, or in Canada or something, and they would actually be more than willing to let you go and like work in their branch in that country. So you can have like a year or two out there and just get, more knowledge, a broader aspect and all that kind of stuff, and just come back. And they would have still have your job over here. So yeah, this is basically what the presentation is. And if you have any questions, do let me know. So basically, someone asked how many lectures do we have per week. It really depends on um, how many lectures do we have. So it's actually not that much. So like right now, I've got like two or three um, in a, in a day or something. Sometimes it's only one. Like today, I only had one. But yesterday, I had like two talks and another one. So um, really, it really depends on what your course is and all, and what modules you're doing. It really depends. But in every semester, you only have 8 modules or something. So they're really kind of like distributed over the week. So 8 classes per week. That's basically normally what you have. Again, the course really has only 60 credits. So that is basically what you have to fill. So accordingly, you have modules and then accordingly you have lectures for that. Well, it really for interesting or boring really depends on if you are interested in that or not. Like, I had a module right today. Class I had, it was business issues in accounting. I ended up going thinking that is going to be really boring because it's not computation, and that is something I'm really interested in, like the computational part of it, rather than the theory and all. But it was actually very interesting. Uh, at the same time, there's a few like data analytics and all. They're more like online courses that you have to do. There's assignments and all, but like and the lecture teaches you in class, but sometimes it ends up becoming very boring. That you're like, okay, do I really need this? That kind of thing. But um, in that sense, it really depends. Like tax, financial accounting, and all, they're interesting only if you like accounting and like learn, would like to know more about numbers and how everything works and all. In that sense, it is very interesting, but a lot of people find it boring as well. So really depends. But the lectures themselves are actually very good. DCU has one of the best lectures, I think, for tax and financial accounting. They're very nice. They actually teach you so well that like you actually understand what is happening. To maximize uni life, I would really say because the first year really does not count in your. This is something I should have actually mentioned. The first year doesn't really count in your the grade for it in your overall grade. It's only second year, 20% of second year and 80% of your third year. But the thing is, in first year, you're basically the basis of your accounting, or like second year and third year. If you don't understand what's happening in first year, you won't be able to do the second and third year. But still, it's less stressing in that sense that you're not going to be like paying for it given your as per your grades. So in that sense, to maximize uni life, I would say join as many clubs and societies as you can because they're actually really fun. There's something going on all the time in universities. There's like right now we have charity week going on or something and all that. There's for like students and all that kind of stuff. There's always something happening. So just keeping your eye out on what is actually happening in universities. Join, as I said, join as many clubs and societies you can. Go for football because that is where you actually make your friends and like find friends. Like other than the course itself, the friends that I have is truly the society that I already joined, and that is how you actually end up loving university life. That is basically, I would say, what you like. How could you really maximize uni life? For international students, there's actually for the accounting and finance in my class itself, there's not a lot. There's mostly Irish, but there's a few international students. I know the years after me, they actually have a more higher percentage of international students. So I can't really say in like a how much percentage, but I would say there's like 20 to 25% of students are actually international. The hardest module, they really would come in your third year. The tax module is really hard. It's not hard in sense of like studying it, but there's too much information in tax because, as you know, there's too much stuff for like either your income and then corporation tax and all that kind of stuff. So I would say hard tax itself is actually the hardest. I When we started third year and the lecturer came in, and the first thing he actually said was like, yes, the rumors are true, and tax is actually one of the hardest ones. And there's the fail rate is actually very high. Like I think he said that 25 people in his last year actually failed the module and had to give it in August. So that is, I would say, the hardest one I've actually done so far. Other than that, I don't think any is really that hard. Yeah, no. For the other degrees, I would actually say that, like I did a year in Minnesota before I came to this university. I thought that would be a good one because it's like closer to my house as well. So I went for Minute, and in first year, I learned nothing new. Honestly, that was all that I've done before. There was no local law module in there. There was no critical thinking. There was no data analytics and all. So in that sense, I would say that compared to other, I don't know how the TUD one is, but I have a friend who's in TUD, and once we were doing our internship, I was told her that like I've already done the auditing and I know a bit of it, and she was like, "Oh wow, we have already done it. We have never done it." So like, I went in knowing nothing about auditing itself for the summer internship. So in that sense, yes, that is how it really compares to it. Because as I said, it's actually very broad. You can actually go towards any route you want. You don't just have to stay for financial accounting. So, but for UCD, I know there's no accounting and finance course in UCD. It's a commerce course. Yeah, bachelor's in commerce. So it's a totally different course for like if you want to so like your modules and everything is going to be more different. It's more business and all that kind of stuff as well compared to just financial, if this is what you actually want to do. But yes, there is something about like I have another friend who's in Limerick doing the same course, accounting and finance, and the modules that I've already done in second year, she's doing them right now. Like this information, everything she's doing right now is what I've already done in second year. So in that sense, I would say ours is more advanced, and we have more knowledge compared to what other universities are actually teaching. Well, the time is actually over. So if you have any questions for the accounting and finance module and all, you can message me through Unibuddy, and I'll be more than welcome to like answer those questions. Ask any as much as you want. To be honest, I'm here to help you guys to navigate which one is a better course for you or not. So don't hesitate. Just keep on. Just message me on Unibuddy if you have any questions. My name is Khadija Kamran. So yeah, I'm have to like um end the call right now. So, but it was very nice of you guys to get on, and I actually hope to see you guys next year.